Not a very good day at the office today?
Not really. Messed up after 5 minutes with Koscielny going off, but what can you do? Last man, but change the game. That's the thing. Change the game.
Did really ruin the game, didn't it? Because after that, it was just all City, really.
From an Arsenal point of view, yeah, they had the extra man, and they got top players. We got top players, but we was a man short. So what can we do? We tried to get back in the game, didn't have the numbers. That's what it came down to, I think. And then obviously Company going off late on. We showed a bit more authority in the second half. I think in the second 45 minutes, I think we was a lot better. But
were you disappointed with our response though, or was you pleased with that response? Because all right, we had a man sent off, but it seemed like our heads dropped.
Yeah, definitely dropped. But second 45, I think we did pick up again. And then obviously when Company got sent off, I think we went up a gear again and tried to look for a goal, but couldn't get it. In the end, that's what it came down to.
3 points drop. You hopeful that we can bounce back from this?
I hope so. Liverpool could win that game, but it's becoming difficult now. We're getting to the difficult part of the season, so we've got to try and crack on from here and see what we can pull out of the bag.
Arsenal Fan TV, was it not
disappointed, mate? Disappointed. I think the ref ruined the game right from the beginning. Yeah, he's didn't go our way. Just you don't expect, like, after 10 minutes sending off just for that. So upsetting, mate. Upsetting.
I mean, I was too far away from it to know whether it was definitely a penalty or not. But it seemed to just knock our players for 6. Their heads seemed to really drop. Yeah,
you don't expect that after 10 minutes, though, do you? Sending off. It'd be different maybe if he was running through on goal. But from where I saw it, I don't think it was a sending off. So it's upsetting. Ruined the game, really, for everyone. Ruined the game.
And obviously, down to 10 men, but wasn't much of a fight back, was it?
Not in the first half. Second half was better. And if we had 11 Jack Wilshires, we'd be all right. We'd be all right. But there you go. Don't seem a lot of fight out there sometimes. There you go. But they were better in the second half, I think.
Better in the second half. Now, obviously, defeat, transfer windows open. I know that a lot of guys around here when I'm interviewing today are going to be going on about transfers.
Need to spend some money.
What do we need to bring in? What do we need to add?
For me, another centre forward who's mobile, quick. I don't know if Theo's the answer, I ain't sure about that, and a defensive midfielder, a bit of a beast who can win the ball. That's what we need, somebody who's got a bit of aggression, who's going to win the ball. For me, 2 players, that's it, centre forward and defensive midfield player.
Are you optimistic? If we can get that, you're optimistic that we can finish in the top 4 before the end of the season?
I don't know, if he can get it, if he spends the money, but I can't see it. I ain't optimistic that he's going to spend the money, sorry. That's what we need, we all want it, everyone wants that.
So Fan TV, very disappointing today.
I think it's a real class difference, to be honest. I think there's a bigger gap now between the top 3 and us. Don't spend the money, that's what you get. We are where we are, that's the right place, 5th.
Kind of looked at, I mean, I kind of agree with you a bit. I mean, they kind of dominated us today.
Yeah, I think sending off or no sending off, you could see a real difference. Every man on the pitch is better than ours. It's as simple as that. And the difference is they spend the money. We don't. We try to build a team from £5-6 million players. They go and buy the ready-made players. I think.
But you buy them from us half the time.
Well, half the time, yeah. Well, that's the thing. We've turned into a little bit of a feeder club. But you can't. There's got to be a time now where enough's enough. I think it'll run to the end of the season. I don't think he's going to spend big. I think it'll get to the end of the season and then it's make or break. I don't think we're going to do anything.
You don't think after today? I mean, today could be a sign that shows him that he's got to spend big, because, like you're saying, they looked like a slight gulf. They were a much better team than us today.
I don't think he's going to panic buy, to be honest. I think he's going to have the excuse. It's a ready-made excuse. Sending off killed the game, and that'll be it. We may get one in, but it's not going to be a big name. It won't be a big name.
So who would you get if you're manager? Who would you bring in?
Well, they said Fellaini had a £22 million release clause. Activate it if that's the case. Bring Fellaini in. We're not going to get Villa. Even, I don't know, someone like Loic Remy may be better than what we got, but I mean, being realistic, they're the sort of players we're going to go after. I mean, who's out there? David Villa would be the only one for me. You could bring him at this point.
Are you hopeful we can get into the top 4 before the end of the season?
You always hope for Arsenal fan, but we won't. I don't think we will.
It's going to be difficult this year. I mean, them lot up the road are doing all right. Everton are doing all right.
This year Tottenham ain't going to fall away, and I think the next 2 games is really make or break. You've got away to Chelsea next week, and then you've got a home against Liverpool. It could be over before January's finished, and if it gets to that stage and we ain't bought no one, I can't see him bringing anyone in. We'll be too far behind, I don't think. Yeah, it's all doom and gloom.
Arsenal Fan TV, what do you think today?
Listen, I'll tell you what, there's a couple things, couple talking points today. Number one, Jack Wilshere, he's a don. Controlled the midfield. I think he's a fantastic baller. The way he just handled himself. If every Arsenal player was playing with the passion and desire that Jack Wilshere was playing with today, then we wouldn't have a problem as a club. But the other talking point, I think, is really the decision that the referee made right at the start of the game. For me, I was right. That's where I sit. I sit right there, so I could see had a very clear view of what was going on, and it was definitely a penalty. Rugby tackled the man to the floor, but I'm not sure about the sending off. I couldn't quite see if he was the last man, and I think the sending off kind of just made the end of the game or the result of the game inevitable. From that point, we was going to lose it.
Why did he? I mean, Koscielny, he's been an experienced player. I mean, why? I mean, we're only 5-10 minutes in. I mean, even if they go through, score 1-0 up. I mean, why?
I don't know. I think it was just the tension of the start of the game. It's a big game. Manchester City, we're lying 6th in the table at the moment. We really wanted to win that game to kind of get the new year off to a good start. And I think he was just a little bit nervous. That's all I can say. A little bit nervous at the start of the game. He lacked the composure that he needed right at that point against a good player like, well, I think it was Dzeko that he pulled down. I can't quite remember. It's Dzeko that he pulled down. A bit more composure and he would have been all right.
And was you pleased with the response after that?
Second half was good. The second half, the boys came out and looked like they really wanted to play in the second half. But I don't know. Decision.
Well, why didn't they do that in the first half?
Exactly, it's the same question. Why didn't they do that in the first half? They need to come out first 20 minutes and really give Man City a go. But they didn't do that. They didn't do that today.
And one of the things I felt is that there wasn't much on the bench to change it with. I mean, we brought on Aaron Ramsey. There wasn't those sort of game-changing players. I mean, do we need to buy some players now in the January transfer window?
I think you're absolutely right. When you look at other teams in the Premiership, the teams that are challenging for the title, you've got Manchester United, you've got Manchester City, they have all got depth on the bench. Okay, so they brought in Ramsey, he's doing okay. They brought on Giroud. I don't think he's a top striker, although he's put a few goals in for us this season. We need to buy someone in transfer window.
Who would you bring in?
Boy,
I always ask people that.
That's a good question. Wesley Sneijder's there, isn't he? Wesley Sneijder's. He's a man that can do a job for us in the midfield. I think that will be a very good buy. He's happy to come to the Premiership. He's touted to go to Galatasaray, I heard, in a week, but will come to the Premiership for less wages. So I think that could be a good buy for us lot. And I'm glad to have my little boy here. He might want to say something as well.
You think we can get in the top 4?
If we try hard enough.
And what areas? Where do we need to try harder?
Our strike force. We need more strikers, Giroud, Walcott, and we need to buy more players in the transfer window to help us score more goals to win more matches.
Arsenal Fans TV, we're still talking to the fans reacting to the result there, 2-0. Sir, what did you think?
Very disappointed. I mean, the sending off early really ruined the game, so it was difficult. I mean, we did okay to keep it to 2-0, but yeah, when you get down to 10 men against a team of this quality, you're always up against the wall.
Just disappointed with the response, or are you happy with the response then?
No, I mean, I think we fought well, particularly the second half. I think we come out and we sort of had a go, to keep it down to 2-0. It's not a bad result, but disappointing.
But was there that plan B in place to put? I mean, it's all right keeping it down to 2-0, but were we really at any time seriously going to overturn that 2-0 or even get one back?
We still lack that cutting edge. There's something just not right up front. I mean, Theo sort of run around a lot, and we brought Giroud on. He tried to do a bit, but we're lacking that something special up front.
And obviously, window's open now, January transfer window. You bring anybody in?
David Villa would be nice, but it don't look like that's going to happen now. So, but we do need someone up front. We need a defensive midfielder. That's what we're really lacking. A big lump down the middle who can break play up. That's what we need.
You think these guys up there are they going to spend that money?
They need to. I mean, apparently the money's there. You need to speculate to accumulate, and if we don't spend the money, we're really going to struggle to get in that top 4.
And that was the last question I'm going to ask you. I mean, do you think we can get in that top 4? I mean, the mob up the road are going on good at the moment. Everton is very tough this year.
Which mob up the road?
That mob up there, them lot. You know the lot I'm talking about, them lot up there, yeah.
They'll blow it, they'll have a dodgy lasagna or something like that. But yeah, we can still do it. I mean, we're not that far away. We've still got a game in hand as well, so you know that'll get us back up there. But we do really need to buy a couple of players in this window, really do.
Arsenal Fan TV here. Now it's freezing cold, the game's finished, but we're here with Jack. Now Jack is what you call a top quality autograph hunter. He's here with his little crew, and they know all the players, they know what they drive, and you guys go up to them and you get all the autographs.
Yeah, that's correct.
I mean, who's that just going past here?
No idea. Coquelin. Come with, Robbie, come with.
Yeah?
Oh, hush. Go on, Jack.
So who was that, Jack? Who was that?
It was Coquelin, but he never signed.
Francis Coquelin.
Yeah, never signs.
He never signs anything.
No. Never.
A lot of the players though do sign, don't they? A lot of them.
Yeah.
Who were the best ones?
Probably Arteta does it a lot. Yeah. Chesney. Wilshere tends to drive off. Can't think of many more. Oh, Koscielny's quite good with it most of the time. Mertesacker does it when he comes down.
And what sort of cars do they drive? I mean, we've seen I think Podolski on one of our ones. He's driving a nice Benz. Yeah. Tell us about some of the cars they drive.
You get Koscielny. He's a bit surprising because he has a Mini Clubman, so it's like quite a small car for a player. I think Jack Wilshere.
A Mini?
Yeah, a Mini. It's quite a nice one though, quite built up. But Jack Wilshere's got a Range Rover. You get quite a few of them who've got Range Rovers, and a few of them just got big cars. I like to impress.
What's Santi drive?
Santi, I've never seen him come down here. I think he goes the other way. I think he's on R8 actually. I've seen it somewhere.
Yeah.
So
you go up to them and what do you get them to sign? What is the autograph book?
I usually have my programs book on autograph book, and they have programs. But it's quite interesting because you sign it and you just write your name with it, and it's so you remember it. But sometimes it rubs off, so it's a shame. But you just got to be confident and put your hand in there and just make sure to get it.
Now you're diehard. You come out here and you'll be out here for how long?
Probably half an hour, yeah. Quite a while.
And then we just sort of stand there and wait and hope that they get stopped at the lights and then
jump in. Yeah, put yourself forward.
Now, are any of them ever like, oh, go away, or they normally all, apart from Coquelin, they weren't a very good sport, but normally they're all a good sport?
Yeah, usually, but you get Jack Wilshere who sometimes drives off down there because I think he sees too many people and he just wants to get home.
Understandable.
Yeah, I don't think everyone, if you come up to the window, they never go away. If they don't want signatures, they go down the road there and just drive off, which is fine.
Now, a game like this where they've just been beaten 2-0 by Man City, is that the sort of game where they're more inclined to just keep driving, or
yes.
Is it when they win that they'll be more inclined to stop?
Yeah, when they win, they're always happier, but when they lose, they're not very talkative, but when they win, you can get a conversation going with them.
By waiting for us, I think.
Yeah, it's just like, if it weren't for us like coming to watch them, then they won't be where they are, so I think they just like, if I was doing professional football, I think I'd like just park my car or like, just get out and sign it for him, because it doesn't take long to do it.
Did they ever say anything to you? Did they ever have a little conversation about the game, or they just normally just sign and that's it?
Chesney's got quite good banter sometimes. I remember this kid was asking for his training jacket and he went, I'd give it you, but you look like Justin Bieber. So it's quite funny. Some of them do as well. You get some of them who aren't in the mood and you just want to get home, and some of them are quite into it, like interacting with the fans like Podolski, Chesney, Arteta. They're quite into it, so it's quite a good fun getting them.
And then what do you do with them? You're just a collector?
Yeah, I collect them at home, put them together.
So what have you got? What's your most valued piece of signed stuff that you got? Tell us about
Probably it. Jack Wilshere's signature on the Sunderland game when he just got number 10.
On a shirt?
Yeah. Podolski, I was one of the first people to get his signature here after the Sunderland game, which was quite proud of myself. And don't know, quite a few. It's a wide range to choose from. Frimpong, well, that was quite funny.
And you guys are just like spotters, aren't you? Because you can spot a car coming down there and just know who it is, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty well.
It's like, all right, here's the play now then.
And do you ever go down to a training ground?
No, we don't have a chance.
We're from Manchester. I'm from Salford, Manchester, so like when I come down here, we've got to get the train back. So don't come down for matches really.